Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, my friends. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you, Aquarius. So we are here with a couple of oracle decks we're going to throw together with some tarot this time. What we're going to be talking about this week, Aquarius, is we're going to be talking about all the changes that are now going to be showing up in your life now that we're through this eclipse, right? We had an eclipse on the 17th. It was a full moon in Pisces, and it was a partial lunar eclipse, quite a strong one, right? And it is bringing a lot of change to everyone, right? So that's what we're here looking at today. We're going to see what sort of changes are coming up in the week ahead because of this energy of the eclipse. Let's find out what is going on with you, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you for showing up here if you're brand new or if you're the ride or die. I appreciate you. And this reading is always going to be for the week ahead whenever you find it, today, tomorrow, or next year. Always going to be for the week ahead. Tell me about Aquarius. We have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So look at that. So we do have it definitely talking about you. So bring love into the situation. We'll see what that means as we keep moving here. We do have hold your vision. It almost feels like somebody bring love into the situation. It's almost like there's two people who are at a gridlock or a deadlock, and it's like we need to soften the situation by bringing water into it. That's love, right? So it feels like somebody is very stuck in their vision of something. It says to hold your vision, but it feels like you're kind of stuck in your idea of, no, it must go my way or that's it. And so I feel like it says to bring love into the situation would add an element of sort of going with the flow a little bit and letting go of it or releasing it. This person has got a full moon over their head, right? That I feel like that's what you need, is you need a little bit of wiggle room in order to be able to allow things to flow a little easier. We do have your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is the hard worker for sure. For some of you, we could be talking about a money situation, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be love. And the thing is that when we create a block in our lives, that blocks a lot of things. If you have an argument with somebody, it doesn't just block them. It blocks, it's a block within you that you've created that can really block all kinds of other things too. Tell me about Aquarius. What else do we need to know about Aquarius? We'll get to the tarot right after this, Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius. We've got adversity, because having a block does create adversity. And it says, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. This is a really big challenge. It really does feel like somebody needs to get out of their fixed energy. And that is really hard. I know that more than anyone, because like you, I'm a fixed energy. It's really hard to change our minds once we make our minds up about something. And I feel like you are holding your vision for something here, but if you don't bring love into the situation, I feel adversity is what you're dealing with here. We do have loneliness, and I know that I'm never alone. So it does feel like you're at odds with somebody. It does feel like a gridlock or a deadlock with somebody here. It does feel like that, whether it's an employer, a friend, or a lover. We have success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. See, again, bringing love into the situation. Bring love into the situation, and I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So I feel like love is the thing that is going to help things move forward here, help things move along. Maybe get a little bit of flexibility, right? Because being an Aquarius, no matter where it comes up, can be a little bit of hard energy, right? It can be a little bit of stuck energy. It's hard to change your mind, right? Because, you're highly intelligent and you know a lot of things, but sometimes changing your mind is the only thing that's going to get you out of a stuck position. Hang on. There we go. All right. Tell me about bring love into the situation. Why do we need to do that? Tell me about Aquarius. We do have judgment. You need to make a decision. I feel like it feels like deadlock with somebody here. Somebody needs to make a decision to move forward or to go back round, or let's try this thing again. Tell me about adversity. Ooh, It might be with a friend. We do have the Three of Pentacles. To me, this is somebody that the Three of Pentacles is somebody who's putting the very little effort into something. But it also is friendship. Like it's somebody that maybe you're having a hard time with that you looked up to. And the Three of Pentacles is about friendship. It's also about community. It's like everybody is, in the boat pushing it the same direction. The adversity here is, it says, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. It feels like you were in a challenging situation with someone. Look, it could be in the workplace. Maybe you were up against someone else for the promotion, for the raise, to be the project manager, whatever it was. It feels like for somebody here that it created adversity between you and somebody else, and that in order to be able to get back on track, it feels like somebody needs to go back around or experience a little bit of flexibility, or all you're going to have is a block with adversity. Tell me about holding your vision, Aquarius. Look, I was raised by an Aquarius. I know that it can be really hard to change your mind, because once you have an idea of what you think is going on, you will never leave that idea unless you have absolute concreted proof that it's going to work out the way that you think it's going to work out. We have Ten of Swords. And we have the King of Cups. Very interesting. So hold your vision, it says here. But I feel like you're going to have to release something in order to hold your vision. I feel like your vision can't come to fruition if you don't let something go. That's what it feels like. Ten of Swords, we're letting the birds go, right? Somebody's walking away. We see their back. I feel like you need to let something go here. Somebody is really stuck in an idea of, I don't care if it ended. It wasn't my fault. You're the one that needs to apologize. And sometimes maybe it just takes reaching out to that person, and they were probably wanting to reach out to you, but they didn't know that they could. And sometimes you just call them up and they're like, I'm really sorry, is the first thing out of their mouth. So we have loneliness. It says, I know that I'm never alone. I feel like that maybe you experience loneliness because of your inability to switch up or change things. And so the King of Cups is also a fixed sign, like you, like me, right? This is Scorpio energy. And, Scorpio has also been accused of being immovable, right? And sometimes it's true. Sometimes we can be immovable as fixed signs. But I feel like something's about to come to the surface with the Seven of Swords in the reverse. It feels like somebody's about to speak or say something, because I feel like this place of keeping everything under the surface and never bringing anything to the surface here, it can be a very lonely place. Yeah. That's what it feels like here. All right, let's take a look at some clarity here. Let's clarify just a little bit. Tell me about judgment, please. Judgment. There is a decision that needs to be made here, Aquarius, and I feel like someone's waiting for you to make the decision. Tell me about judgment. We do have the Ace of Pentacles. There is the new beginning. Somebody's waiting for you to open up and say something. We do have the Queen of Swords. They're waiting for you to liberate the situation. And we have the Seven of Wands. So it does really feel like this. It says here, bring love into the situation. It does really sort of back up what my feeling was. And the feeling is that I feel like the universe is saying it's time to try again, or it's time to make a decision. And the Ace of Pentacles tells me that it is time to maybe make an offering, or, the olive branch, or whatever it is. Here is the Ace of Pentacles. The thing is I feel like you have grown with somebody, and you've already grown roots with this person, but it feels like there is something here. You can just see here, right? We've got roots here that it feels like this thing is ready to be planted. I feel like we've already rooted it. It feels like we're ready for hard work. Nobody's scared of hard work. Person's hands are dirty, right? And it feels like it is time to open the door to something new. And it's going to be really abundant, I promise you. We do have the Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Swords is the person who's dealing with things head over heart, right? Like you, dealing with things head over heart. She's got her little heart locked up in a little jail down there. And I feel like you're supposed to liberate yourself from some type of situation. And I feel like you're supposed to be really honest, but very assertive rather than aggressive. So I feel like you're supposed to open some sort of door here that's going to lead to something that is very abundant. I really do feel that the reason that you don't reach out, or the reason that things end up in gridlock or deadlock, is because of a you're protecting yourself. That's what it feels like. You're protecting yourself against people who might hurt you. And I feel like this is an old idea or ideal that you've had from the past. It feels like with the Seven of Wands, that, you know, this person's in the pink bubble, and I feel like you try to ignore people who disagree with you, people who want you to change your mind. It's almost like you decide that you're just going to ignore them and not take their advice. But I feel like it blocks you, is what I want to say. The Seven of Wands, it's like it blocks you here, and if you have this block, that's what creates this adversity. We have the Three of Pentacles. I want to say that all it takes is just a little bit of effort in order to open the door. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. It is true, though. Adversity does teach us things, you know, and we can't have things go our way all of the time, or what would we learn? We would learn nothing but to live in gluttony. So I feel like that you are accepting that the best way to learn is with adversity. But I feel like somebody needs to step forward here and you know, talk about, I really look up to you, and that really hurt my feelings. And so it feels like there was maybe two people at odds, or a team that broke up, or something like that. We've got the Queen of Cups. For some of you, you could maybe not be speaking to your mother and father. To me, the King and the Queen of Cups are always mom and dad. It doesn't have to be, but the Queen of Cups is somebody who is compassionate and loving and kind. So I feel like this person is your friend, or is somebody that you know from the Pentacle world. This person is in your world, in your community. And I feel like this person is kind of putting their hands up, like, you know what, I just don't want to fight anymore. And it feels like somebody here is maybe manifesting you, or hoping that you will call, possibly. We do have the Nine of Swords, and we do have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like in order to be able to bring this to an end, Nine of Swords and Ace is the 10th sword, that we do have to end this. 10 of Swords, we've got to release something in order for us to be able to explore our feelings again. So this could be a romantic thing for some of you. This doesn't have to be mom and dad. Could be mirrored souls. Could be two people who really have a very psychic or intense empathic connection here. It does feel like that I feel like you are finally going to come to a place, and maybe it's in the week ahead, maybe it's further than that, but you're going to come to a place where you realize that you've got to open the conversation if you want to plant this pentacle and let it grow, right? You've got to say something. And it's the Nine of Swords is a place I feel that a lot of people get stuck because they know that the 10th sword is going to be painful. And so, or it's going to be something we're going to have to go back on. And that's the hardest thing with the fixed signs, right? You, me, we're both fixed signs. And it's changing your mind. That's the hardest thing. Once you do change your mind, then it's good, but it's hard to change your mind. Tell me what you need to let go of. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. If you should pick a new path or decide that you want to work on it, I feel like this person's going to be open to you. Nine of Cups. The Seven of Pentacles is, of course, you know, healing, right? It's healing energy. It's throwing seeds of intention, having an intention, and then nurturing. It's healing, right? So the Nine of Cups, I feel, is the happiness you get from that if you should decide to open the door, because it feels like with the Five of Pentacles, you're disconnected from your happiness. And as I was saying before, when we have a block, it blocks everything. Your work, your children, your family, your friends. It's a block within you that blocks everything. So I feel like somebody needs to remove the block here and release something in order to be able to take a different path or cast the seeds of intention. Tell me about the King of Cups, please. We've got the Ace of Cups. We've got the Three of Wands and Justice. I kind of love that. And I like it because the Ace of Cups is telling me that now your heart is open. I just heard Madonna say, open your heart to me. What does she say? You have the lock. I have the lock and you have the key. Open your heart to me. So I feel like you're supposed to be opening your heart to someone. I don't know who this person is or what their relationship is to you. It's going to be different for all of you. But the Ace of Cups is a new beginning in love. And what was it telling us here, right? It's telling us to bring love into the situation. And it says, you accept challenges are the best way to learn. I feel like you're dealing with a challenging love. It feels like either the love of parents, the love of a friend, the love of a mirrored soul, somebody that I feel that there is maybe we don't agree with everything, but it feels like two people really love each other, really care for each other. It also says here, I know that I'm here. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. I feel like things come into balance here. I feel like you're about to let someone off the hook, or you're about to do the right thing, because I feel like this Three of Wands is telling me that somebody is just about ready to go on the adventure. We've got the third wand that's burning away here. And when we do, we'll have two, which is a decision-making process. Someone's going to realize that they love this person a lot, and that it's time to stop holding our feelings under the surface, that it's a very lonely place to be. I feel like you're going to do the right thing, Aquarius. I feel that you are going to make some sort of really big decision or move in the week ahead, and it's going to be successful. We do have perseverance, and it says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to, and it's the truth. It says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with an insight of an awareness, and the awareness is the purple, right? The violet that we see here. This is the third eye opening. So I feel like you are going to have success. It's going to take some time. Take your time, whatever time you need. But I feel like a decision is coming. I feel like you're making a decision about somebody because you want the victory here and you need to drop some burdens. It's time to take the free fall here. Time to take a leap of faith, to fall into it here. Yeah, I think you're going to make the decision. Seven of Cups in the reverse is I choose you. So I feel like you're going to either choose you or choose somebody else, but a decision will be made either way. That's going to bring everything to justice after a long period of being apart, waiting, not talking to each other. All of your hard work is going to pay off if you decide that you want the success. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much, Aquarius, for being here. I appreciate you. I'm going to go, but I'll be back because I'm always back. You guys take care. Bye-bye.